you guys? Welcome back to Lily Reads. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be reading some new books that I purchased a couple months ago. I did a vlog where I read only the new books I have purchased in the recent months, and I didn't get to all of them because I purchased about 10 books at that time. And so this is the video where we read the rest of them. If you do not know, I made a promise to myself that every book I buy in the year 2023, I'm going to read in the year 2023, especially the books I paid full price for. So in this vlog, we are reading the new books that I purchased. So we can get into it. We are going to be reading The Force of Such Beauty. I bought this book earlier this year, and I'm really excited. This might be the book I'm most excited to read in this video. Then the next book we will be reading is My Maid. This was a book I purchased on a whim. I don't know if I should have purchased it, but something like gravitated to it. It looks like my wallpaper in my office, but something just moved me towards it, and so now we're here. I am going to read it. The next book we're going to be reading after that is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I have seen a lot of positive reviews on this book, and I believe... did this book get an HBO deal? I could have totally made that up. Like, sorry to Benjamin Stevenson, who I believe is also a comedian. I don't know. I could be making all of this shit up. I do not know. But I think this might have an HBO deal already. I do not know. But anyways, yes. We are going to be reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And the last book we're going to read is Drowning, which is like kind of the sequel or companion novel to the book Falling, also by T.J. Newman. So those are the 4 books we are going to read, and we don't have to be here long. We can get right on into the vlog. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Oh, baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you right in my space, but I need it, baby, I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave. You know, I wouldn't wanna bleed. Even my heart, my mind, and my body. My mind, my mind, and my body. My body says my mind, my mind, and my heart. My body says I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but you got me going crazy. Just to do it so bad. How long can you go, babe?
Hello, you guys. Welcome to the start of a new vlog. I am at the library because I have some library books to pick up. I really hope they're still here. My library only leaves, I think this is every library. If you put something on hold, it doesn't stay on hold too long, but it's also if no one is trying to get the book, they don't really check. So hopefully my library books are here. But anyways, we're starting off with The Force of Such Beauty. I have not read much into it. I've only read 10 pages of it. So we really don't have much to talk about right now, but I am going to go into the library and get my books. Hopefully I can come back and show you guys in the car, but my battery is telling me it's going to die. So this is a new camera, by the way. So I don't know how long this little battery going to last. So let me get off of here and then come back and show you guys the books. Okay. Hello, you guys. I am about to show you guys the books that I got from the library. I'm in the drive-through line, so let's do this quick. Let me roll up the window because it's a little bright over there. Anyways, the first book I got was Swamp Story. It's so funny. I thought about buying this book when I went to the bookstore last week, but you guys know I'm on my, because this video, if I buy it, I gotta read it this year, and I couldn't commit to the idea of reading this book this year. So it was at the library, and I'm like, perfect. If I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't. But I got Swamp Story and Swamp. Why do you keep saying Swamp Story? And yeah, I'm excited. Let me move, child. Let me move. Okay, let's continue. I then got S.A. Cosby's new book. It is called All the Sinners Bleed. I believe this is a thriller. Excited to get to that. Dark Matter. I told you guys I was not reading Upgrade, but I would read Dark Matter. I feel like Dark Matter is just one of those books you feel like you gotta read. So I got my hands on Dark Matter. Hopefully I can get to that before all of this is due. I thought about getting this book in Book of the Month, but then I didn't want to waste my Book of the Month credit on a thriller. But What Lies in the Woods was there. I picked it up. And then lastly, I got River Sing Me Home. I should have gotten this book in Book of the Month, but I didn't. And then I've been wanting to buy it ever since. But then I saw it was at my library, and I said I can just read it at the library. So my intentions when I buy library books is just to keep this stack on my TBR shelf, because I have a TBR shelf at my house. I just keep this stack, and whenever I just am bored and I'm like, I want a book, but I don't know what book I want to read, I pick these up, and I pick one of these up. So hopefully I get to all 5 of them. If I don't, it's fine. I will return them back to the library. No harm, no foul. But I'm excited about this stack. I would read any of those books like in this current moment. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, I am going to get my food from this drive-thru, and I will talk to you guys later. My camera's going to die anyway, so peace. Hello, you guys. It is morning time, so yes, I'm still having my coffee, but I need to come and talk to you guys about The Force of Such Beauty. This is a book that I picked up only because of Monty. Monty recommended this book last year in one of their videos, and I was just like, I have to purchase it. So I purchased this earlier this year, and now it is my time to get through this book. So this book is about a woman who grew up during apartheid South Africa. She's from South Africa, and she was a runner. She was an Olympic runner, a competition runner. She was great. She was amazing until one day she was doing a jump. She was doing a jump, I think. And she fucked up her entire lower body, and that was the end of her running career. And so basically she was trying to figure out what she should do while she was like going into her next career. And then one day she meets a man at the rehab facility that she's at. They get to talking to each other, they hit it off, and she's like, I really, really like this man. But she goes about her life, she goes about her day, she's like fumbling through life, she doesn't know what she's going to do. Her mother dies, and she just has a lot going on. She comes in contact with this man again when she's asked to give a speech at the Special Olympics. She only gives the speech at the Special Olympics because she knows this man is going to be there. And then she gets to know this man. She realizes that this man is a prince of a country. And lo and behold, they eventually get together. They eventually meet up once again, and they get together and they get engaged. But you have to understand how this book starts. I told you that's what's happening in the story. But this book starts with our main character, her trying to run away from the castle that she lives in and being caught once again. And so you go back in time, you get this first person retrospective story of why she would want to run away from everything that she had during her life and why she's running away and she's getting caught in the beginning. That's what this story is about. To know me is to know this is just my type of story. I just love a long, wordy story about a woman who is just, down on her luck, back against the wind. I just love a story about that, and you're just learning about her life and everything that has happened. And probably in the end, it's not going to be some big, climax, but if you paid attention to the story and you enjoyed the story, there is a big climax. I just like stories like that. That's why I like Cersei. I just like a good story that's just like, can women have stories? That's what this book is. Can women have stories? Like nothing amazing is happening. You're just hearing about her life and the mistakes that she made and what she learned from those and like what this man, this prince, has done to her that would make her want to run away. So I am currently on chapter 17, page 150. I would like to finish this today. If I jump on someone's sprints, I can finish this today. By the way, a lot of people don't know that about me as well. That's how also I read. For some reason, when I am on someone's sprint, speaking of Monty does Patreon sprints often. When I jump into someone's sprints, it's like an accountability thing. Like if you ask me to read for 45 minutes on my own, I might get to daydreaming. I might turn on some TV. I might do all types of other stuff. But something about someone putting on a countdown and like, okay, let's read for 45 minutes. It's like, okay, boom. Okay, boom. It's a call to action. I don't know. It's that goal thing I always tell you about. I love a good goal. I love completion. And so when I see the clock dwindling down, it's like, Kenya, you can do anything for 45 minutes. Do you guys know how quick 45 minutes? Do something that you like and see how quick 45 minutes goes by. Like 45 minutes is nothing. And so if I do that, I can read the book. And in 45 minutes, if it's a book I'm enjoying, I can probably read about 60 pages in 45 minutes. I'm not a quick reader. I know some people read like 100 pages an hour. That's not me. I read about 80 pages an hour if I'm enjoying it. If I'm not enjoying the book, I read about 65 pages an hour. I'm nowhere near a fast reader. But that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna try to finish this book up with some sprints. I need to clean today. I have some cleaning I need to do. I need to clean up my kitchen. I also need to have packages coming of some like dresses that I bought from Saks, and I need to try them on to see if they fit or if I need to get them altered. So that's another. I hate trying on clothes. Like I hate buying clothes and I hate trying on clothes. Those are two things I hate doing. But I have some dresses coming. So I have a dress from Sir the Label, Cult Gaia, and Millie. Those three brands. If you know them, you know them. So I need to try those on and see if they fit. I'm going on a trip next month and I want to look cute. One of them is my Beyonce Renaissance outfit. So let's hope that fits, because oh my goodness, if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I see Beyonce in like 2 weeks, so let's hope that fits. Anyways, I need to water all the plants in my house and the plants outside of my house. What else do I need to do today? Nothing much. Today I intentionally kept my schedule light because I'm just not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood. I did a cycle class this morning. And now I'm about to sit here and read. I did like some quick answer email stuff. Y'all don't care, so I'm going to talk to you guys later because you guys simply do not care. Bye-bye. I'm back to show you guys some of my purchases. So first things first, I'll show you guys the dress that I got. Ooh, it's so nice. So I bought this. Oh my gosh, the material is so good. I bought this from Saks. It was sold out on Sir the Label's website. So I bought it on Saks. I sized up because it was the only size that they had left. But I hope deeply that it still fits. Now this ain't gonna be for everybody, but it's for me. It's like my style. And it has these, let me go back and show you. So it's like I guess I could stand up. It's like a this. It's like a this. And the bottom looks like it's kind of like open, but it's not. Let me see if it'll focus. It won't. It looks like it's open, like these are open slits, but they're not. It's an illusion. But yeah, put this on with some sickening like waist. With some sickening shapewear. And I feel like you were in the game. So that's what I bought. The material is so damn good. I just love buying clothes that come in good material. That's what I love. I love clothes that have good material. But I'm going to keep the box just in case I put it on later and despise it. Just in case I put it on and despise it. So we'll see about that later. And that's something I can't wear until winter. But they were all sold out. Only a few sizes were left that I could fit into. And so I was just like, I have to buy it. You guys, this was that Sir the Label dress that came in. Yeah, she eats. She eats. Honestly, not to be a skinny legend, I could have went a size down. I already told you guys it was slightly too big. Like I had to order a size up than what I could have gotten this in. But that's fine because like I'm gonna put some shapewear on, sucking it tummy. Like, come on, body. Come on, body. Okay, I don't know why I'm zooming in so much. Let's take it out. Relax. Okay, you guys, I'm here to give you guys my final thoughts on The Force of Such Beauty. I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I told you guys, I just like books like this. I like books like this. I like books that just tell a story about a tragic woman who lives a tragic life. The reason why this book doesn't get 5 stars, I just felt like there wasn't enough depth for me. Like the message is obvious. Obviously, these types of books are going to have like a feminist leaning type of thesis, and it's going to tell a tale about how a woman just being a woman has to meet her demise because of men, because of society, because of power, her alignment to power, and all of that. But I just wish when our main character was in this country and everything that was going on, I wish there was a little bit more, At times I got a little bit bored. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it's not like I wanted like a big hoorah. I just wanted more depth. I wanted there to just be more meat on the bone instead of like what this book was obviously trying to do. I was gagged at the ending. I won't lie. But 4 out of 5 stars. I'm happy I picked this book up. And if you're someone out there who's been wanting to read this book, I think this book is a perfect. Anyways, we are going to move on to How to Kill Your Family. How to Kill Your Family? No. Everyone in my family has killed someone. How to Kill Your Family is another book that I own that I have not read. What's new? But no, we're going to read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. Okay.
At last to my body so crazy. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you right in my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but I check in with you. I know that I need my friend, but I wouldn't wanna leave. You know, I wouldn't wanna bleed in my heart, my mind, and my body.
Hello, you guys. I am here to give you guys my initial update on my May. What page am I on? I'm on page 66, so I don't have much initial updates, child. I told you guys I was going to read not How to Kill Your Family, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I told you I was going to read that, but I lied. I went to a new coffee shop, and I just grabbed a book really, really quickly and totally forgot the idea and concept of this vlog. And so I didn't bring Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I brought My May, so I just started My May because that's the book that I had. Can't start what you don't got, you know? And so that is what I did there. So anyways, My May. This is the book. My May is by Jessica George. This book is about a Ghanaian immigrant woman who lives in the UK. A Ghanaian, did I say Ghanaian American? A Ghanaian immigrant girl who lives in the UK. She is an assistant to this lady. She has to take care of her father who has Parkinson's because her mother goes back to Ghana to take care of to run a clinic that she got via like her family. And so basically she is the only one left at home to take care of her sick father, and she also has to work a job. And in this, we are just seeing this girl, go through life. She hasn't had sex yet. She's like in her mid to late 20s. She hasn't had sex yet. She's a virgin. She doesn't really have many friends. She has a few. She doesn't really go out. She lives with her like dad in like the house they grew up with. She has a brother, but he isn't there. He is like a tour like manager. He does that. And then her mom goes off to Ghana. And basically this is just her story about how she takes care of everyone in her family. So far, so good. I really like the narrative voice of this book. This book is told in first person. Anyway, so I'm enjoying the book, but I do want to say, because I am not an immigrant, I am just a person who is a descendant of chattel slavery. My family got to America via slave ship. I am not an immigrant. I don't know how to judge certain immigrant stories. I say that because oftentimes when like a writer is writing a book about an immigrant, a person who is a child of immigrants, they constantly I wouldn't say belittle their immigrant parents, but they kind of look down on their immigrant parents and judge their immigrant parents. And me as a reader, I'm like, you're kind of being too hard. Like, your immigrant parent was doing the best with what they knew. Like, they were a stranger in a strange land. Like, they were doing their best. And so for me, I feel like the main character is being a little, they're not being empathetic to like what their parents were going through. But also that doesn't take away from the fact that like a child of immigrants still has their own feelings and they still have their own, like agency, and they still have things that they desire. And just because your parent is an immigrant, it doesn't mean they're a good parent. Just because you can understand them doesn't mean that they're, what they did was okay. So I kind of go back and forth with this because our main character in this book, she does a lot of complaining about her like immigrant family and the things that her parents taught her and didn't teach her. And I'm just like, they know not what they do, like they are just doing. The reason why your mother wants you to get married and have babies is because that's all she knows for someone to secure stability. She wants you to be stable, The reason why she didn't teach you her mother tongue is because she wanted you to assimilate. She wanted you to be able to assimilate. She thought that you would get further if you only spoke English because there would be no option to speak anything else. Like, of course, hindsight being 2020, Monday morning quarterbacking, we know that's an issue because then you feel detached from your culture. But she was not doing that to intentionally hurt you. It doesn't change the fact that it did hurt you, but I just think there needs to be a well-rounded conversation. But also, I don't get to lead that conversation because I am not the child of immigrants. My family came from slavery. Baby, we was slaves over here. So like, I can't lead that conversation, and I can't say if that's 100% fully truthful. I can only take what I know and the knowledge I have, but I'm always willing to be told like, Hello, you guys. I'm here to give my final update on my May. I gotta be honest with you guys, friends. This book really did not work for me. I found this book to honestly be very boring. I wish I had something intellectual to say about why I didn't enjoy this book, but this book really just comes down to like how much I enjoyed reading this book, and the answer is not very much. I'm gonna give this book 3 out of 5 stars. The reason why I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars is because this is a coherent book. This is a well-written book. This book has a message. This book is well-paced. This book has good narrative structure. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this book. It's just I did not enjoy reading this book. I found the main character to be kind of uninteresting, and also I felt like the main character didn't have like nothing to do. Like, a lot of this book was just the message of a black girl her entire life having to take care of everyone and putting her needs to the side. And I thought that was very interesting. And it was interesting about it had interesting things to say about how black girls are often put into this role of having to be servants of other people, having to put themselves into the side, and then they're almost told they'll be rewarded for that. Like, if you put all your needs to the side and you just do for other people, something good will happen to you in the end. And the conversation is about what is left when that has happened. You don't become a full human being. But also what happens in this book is also she kind of is rewarded for taking care of everyone. So like that message kind of falls like flat, because it's like, actually, yeah, you can be rewarded for taking care of people. And like in real life, that's not what happens. You work yourself to the bone for other people and you end up dead. And when you dead, everybody just talks about how great you were because you did stuff for them, you know? And so like that's really the reality. But of course this is a book, so it does get a more fictionalized, more ideal ending, and I don't mind that. I just found it boring. Like, our main character isn't doing any. I don't know. You guys know. I say this all the time. I don't like books where like there's no plot. I am a plot girl. I love deep, juicy plots. I love deep, juicy stories. And when main characters aren't doing anything, like we're just in their head and it's just like, here's my thoughts about, going to work. Here's my thoughts about having sex. I do not like them. It's the reason why I truly believe I don't usually like millennial girl, depressed, trying her best. Why I'm really hard on those stories. Because them girls never be doing nothing. They don't be doing nothing. And the story is in what is going on with them psychologically and mentally. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I need a story. Like, I read books to hear about good stories. And so to me, this book is just not necessarily a good story. It has a good message, and like, even though I don't fully like the way that message was like carried out, the message is absolutely like, I agree with the message of this book. I agree with what this book is trying to say. And I think this book is also important. It's important to have a book about how Black women are told to do, and then nothing is left of that. But I was also bored out of my mind. I was bored out of my mind. I don't know. It never really got deep enough for me as well. Also, in books like this, where there's a main character who is sheltered, think Disorientation. I reference Disorientation a lot. The book Disorientation. The main characters are almost like ridiculously unlearned. They're almost ridiculously ignorant. It's like they're alien, like visiting the world for the first time, like things that like just are obvious, they don't know. And it's just like, I get what this book is trying to do and what it's trying to say about that, but it's just like, this character wouldn't be this like not knowing what's going on. Like when a character in this book was bisexual, our main character just act like they couldn't even grasp what bisexuality was. And it's just like you ain't that sheltered. Like, be serious. Anyway, so I am going to give this book 3 out of 5 stars. That did not work for me. You want to know what reading feels like this year for me? Have you ever had a hobby that you're not good at, but you keep doing it because you're just like, it's something to do? That is what reading has been like for me this year. It's just like, I pick up books and fully expect not to like them. Like, fully expect not to be passionate about them. Like, just being like, okay, fine. And then that happens and I move on to the next thing. Like, literally, reading books has become a hobby that like, it's just a hobby that I do. because like the books are not doing anything for me. But I keep on going. I keep on going because it's just like there's gonna be a book that really like restores my faith in books. But boy, are they coming far and few in between. Like it's just now I'm gonna be honest with you. This might be the first video in a while where I fully didn't expect to fully love Told exactly like that. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. You know, the bookstore near me is having a 75% off sale. So I just want to check and see what's out there. I'm not committing to buying nothing. I'm actually on a no buy. I just want to see what's out there. I also want to get some sunscreen. I want to change the sunscreen that I'm using. So I want to go buy some sunscreen. So I might exit out the house a little bit today, but I actually plan on reading this whole book today because I'm a little behind on my end of the month reading. So I might try to knock that whole thing out today. But I will talk to you guys later. Hello, you guys. I am here to give you an initial update on everyone in my family has killed someone. So in this book, we are following a man who he is basically writing a story about his family and everything that is going on with his family. This book is very meta. He's talking to the reader. He's telling the reader about all the rules there are in crime fiction, Agatha Christie, all the legends before him. And like what are rules to writing a story about people who kill people and helping the reader understand like what are the rules to books about like sleuthing and murder mysteries. And so basically he is narrating the book on all the people in his family who have killed someone. So our story is that our main character sent his brother to jail. His brother killed a man in front of him, and he immediately sent his brother to jail. He testified against his brother, and his brother went to jail. There was some money involved. He took the brother's money, and basically brother went off to jail. Well, he thought brother was going to be off at jail for a while, but brother was not in jail for a long time. Brother is getting out of jail, and his family is throwing like a family reunion for the brother being out of jail, and it's taking place at the mountains. Our main character really don't want to see brother because number one, the issue with the money, and then two, he sent his brother to jail. So he just like, I don't want to do this, but he does go, and immediately when he gets to the family reunion, bullshit starts to take place. I won't tell you the bullshit that started to take place. Read the book, and that's how the story goes. I said that this book is very meta, and here's the thing about meta. You like it or you don't, really. That's usually how the saying goes. Either you like books that are meta and know exactly the thing that it is, like it's aware that it's a book and it leans into it and it leans into the idea like that you're a reader and you're trying to solve the crime, those types of books. I actually am in the middle about that. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. In this case, I don't think it's being done exceptionally well. Like, there's moments I think I'm supposed to be like gagged at certain things that the narrator is saying, and I'm simply not. Like, it's a little too cheeky for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just not in it the way I'm supposed to be in it. But I'm obviously at the very beginning. Honestly, I don't even think I'm at the 100-page mark. I'm not. So I have to give it more time, but I just want to come and tell you guys like what's going on to begin with. I do think I could like this book. I am curious where this book is going to go, but as is, it's fine. It's fine. I went to Sephora yesterday, like I told you guys I was going to go. Nothing too interesting. I bought some Olaplex because y'all know I'm back on my Olaplex kick because I think I'm going to dye my hair in the next 2 months. Patrick Starr's makeup line. I have been wanting to buy this translucent powder from Patrick Starr's makeup line forever, and I finally got my hands on it. It was close to the checkout, and I said, why not? Because I actually didn't go in there to buy makeup, but I said it's close to the checkout. Just bite the bullet, girl, and get it. And so I did. I love translucent powder. And then I bought another Tatcha cream. The last time I showed you guys the Sephora haul, I was buying fucking Tatcha cream. The reason why I bought Tatcha cream is because I'm out of my one that I use at night. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the one that I was using at night really wasn't gagging me all that much. I knew as I was using it, I wasn't going to use it again. So I'm literally done with it now. And so I decided to buy the water cream to use at night. I know a lot of people use this in the morning, but I'm choosing to use it at night, and I'm using the purple one for the morning because I just don't understand. A lot of people use the purple one at night, but I'm like, what's the fucking point of looking dewy before you go to bed? Like, I just think somebody's not doing the math right. Like, wouldn't you use that in the morning? But anyway, the actual reason why I went to Sephora outside of the Olaplex for when I do my hair next week is I wanted a new sunscreen. I wanted a sunscreen that was only a sunscreen. It is so hot outside. The sun is blazing, and I'm just like, the reason why my skin has just been so bad is because I just feel like I don't have enough protection from the sun. My sunscreens are moisturizers too. And so I just want just a good sunscreen. So I got the Dr. Dennis Gross Ultimate Defense Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 50, oil free, and I need to put it on now. So let's do a little testy together. Let's do a little test together. It don't come with a lot, child. I mean, I guess this is fine. I mean, I don't know. What the hell? Oh, it's like you take it off and then it's a pump. Love that. This is our consistency. I'm gonna use a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how much you're supposed to use, but I'm going in. We're already purple, but that doesn't mean anything. That does not mean anything. Let's rub her in. If this stays purple, I'm gonna cry. But I just am not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood today. Oh. It sucks because if it stays purple, it's annoying because it feels good as hell. It feels so good. If you have oily skin, I don't think I would recommend this for you at the current time because it... Okay, let me work it in some more, child. Maybe I put too much. No, I don't think I did put too much. I think I just need to work it into my skin. What do we think? I mean, from back here, it's like, girl, you look exactly the same. So you know what? I don't hate it. I do not hate it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I like really look throughout the day. But I definitely love the way that feels. It feels amazing. So that's what I purchased. I did go to the bookstore. I purchased 2 discount books. I purchased B.A. Paris, The Prisoner, which came out literally this year. I was so excited. I was literally waiting for that to be on bargain. And then I found a cheap copy of Leave the World Behind because I want to read Leave the World Behind before the movie comes out. So I'll read it by the end of this year, I guess. And everything else, I had to leave at the store. I saw some other things, but you guys know if I buy it this year, I gotta read it this year. And so if I know I'm not going to get to a book this year, I can't buy it. That really, if you're someone who's like has an issue with book buying, that really helps me out. Like, because I know I have to read it this year, I won't pick it up because I know like there's certain books that I'll buy, I used to buy, and I knew they were going to sit on my bookshelf for a minute. Like, they weren't something I was, like, really excited to get to. But now I can't do that anymore. Like, if you're not going to read it now, you can't buy it at all, you know? So that feels good. The only exception to that rule is book club picks. Because next year, I want to do a better job at the book. We've read almost all new books for the book club. Almost all the books we read for the book club this year came out this year. Next year, I kind of want to do a half and half. Kind of want to reach back a little and do some older books for the book club. So like I've been keeping a collection of books that could possibly be for the book club. So we're going to go back and do some books. So we probably won't do many 2024 releases for the book club. We'll see. I say that and I'm lying. Ooh, I'm really liking the way this turned out. I'm liking the way this turned out. It's cute. It's like, it's not, it like went on purple. Yes, it did. I was worried, but by the way, I have already seen Barbie. The reason why I'm wearing this shirt is because it's laundry day and I literally have nothing else to wear, and this was sitting on top of my dresser because I was trying to see if I was going to get rid of it because, like, I don't need a shirt that says Barbie. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not that girl. And so I was like, am I going to get rid of it? So I set it on my dresser because I didn't want to put it back in my closet. And now I'm sitting here like, maybe I should keep her. Maybe she could be a moment. I don't know. Talk to you guys later. Hello, you guys. I am here to give you my final thoughts on Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. Unfortunately, I'm going to give this book 2.5 out of 5 stars. This book thinks that it's clever and cute. The constant, like, because this book is about someone writing a book about a book, it's trying to be clever and cute, and I think where it's trying to be clever and cute, it's losing the art of making a good murder mystery. Aaron, I believe his name is Ernie. Ernie is not as endearing as the book wants you to believe. And like this type of book, he sets out all the guidelines for like the murder mystery, like all of his rules that he got from Agatha Christie and all of the people who like wrote like murder mysteries. But like it just makes the book confusing. And this book does the thing in murder mysteries that really, really bothers me. And this book tries to even say that it's not going to do it, but it does it. We're like, the person is cracking the mystery and they state something that should be really obvious to the reader, like, boom, gotcha. Like, you missed something right in front of your face, but then you as the reader are like, that was not as obvious as you're making it seem. Like, you're making it seem like, duh, that should have been obvious all along, but it's not. And this happens multiple times in the book. And the book also is trying to get you to, like, care about things that are just not that interesting, because this guy is constantly talking about writing the murder mystery and he's constantly talking to you as the reader. He makes it seem like you should care more about certain things that are happening just because he says you should care about something that's happening. I'm just like, this is not interesting. This book is not thrillery, which is fine, but this book is also not suspenseful. The characters in this book are also not good. Now, this book is obviously taking a page out of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. I never know how to pronounce this guy's name, but like he is like the murder mystery guy in Agatha Christie's like series. He goes around and he's a detective. He goes around and he solves mysteries. The problem is these books are good. Murder on the Orient Express, I think, is actually a work of genius. This Ernie guy is just not as interesting as this guy, and what makes this guy interesting and why these work and these are good murder mysteries, I think, is the fact that, number one, it takes the idea seriously. Like, he's obviously a detective, so you're in the story, but Perriot always keeps distance from the murder and the people who are in it. So you get time to really see all of the characters. You're seeing the characters through his eyes, and you're catching all the little things that they're saying that can make them the murder mystery guy, because the book gives you gives it time to breathe. When Hercule, when he asks questions, he lets it breathe. He doesn't immediately like say something back, or he just like, that's interesting. So you as the reader start to think things, and you're able to tie things together, and you're able to ask more, like you're asking questions to yourself. This book doesn't do that. It's trying so hard to be meta, and it's trying so hard to be cute, and it's trying so hard to be different that the character becomes insufferable. You're just like, somewhere in this might be a good murder mystery, but like you're beating it, like you're suffocating. The story becomes suffocating. Like him constantly breaking in and coming in, and I told you in chapter 9 that this is going to happen. It's just like you're suffocating a probably good story. You're not letting real character shine because you're trying so hard to make this Ernie guy a star. But what Agatha Christie understood about her books is that Perriot was a star just because of the way he was able to crack these murder mysteries, the ways in which he's a star because he is. And the book these books don't constantly like try to beat you over the head about how great he is. In the Murder on the Orient Express, he doesn't even want to solve the murder. He doesn't even want to solve the murder. He doesn't even want to do it. He's just like, I guess I'll do it. Like, he's just he has his own personality that has nothing to do with actually solving the murder mystery. He has his own style. And so when this book gets to the end and we're breaking everything down, which is literally the best part of Agatha Christie's, when Hercule, whatever the name, Poirot or whatever, when he like breaks down who's done the killing, it's the best part of the book because you're just like, whoa. But you see what led him to those conclusions. I'm sorry, I hate to say it because Agatha Christie was a nasty lady. It's sharper, it's crazy in such small books. Like, she was able to do something so much more sharp, so much more clever. And it's not even like the murder mystery whodunit in this book is like all that clever. Like, the person who like done it, I actually kind of thought was the person who did it, like who was like in on it. So like, it's not even like this is clever, like who did it. So like, I'm just like, this book isn't good. I don't know. There's people who give this book like 5-star reviews and I'm just like, am I fucking missing something? Like, I would read an Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot mystery any day over reading this book. This book is convoluted and weird and just uninteresting because it's trying so hard to be interesting. It's trying too hard to be different that it's doing so much stuff and it's just not a linear narrative. The narrative in this is not good. That everyone in my family has killed someone is like loose, just very loose. like no, like it just doesn't, nothing, trying to do too much so you do nothing at all. So I would recommend you going to your local library and picking up The Mysterious Affair at Styles and Murder on the Orient Express because these are murder mysteries. And it still is able to do the clever thing of like engaging the reader. You still like, that's what makes the Hercule Poirot, I say it different every time. That's what makes his book so good, and this is why I think this is the strongest part of Agatha Christie's catalog, is because he's still there's always like another character in the book, like the Watson, another character in the book who makes you feel like you're a part of it. But in this book, they use the breaking of the third wall, which I said doesn't really exist in literature, but like, stay with me. The meta-ness, they use that to make up for the Watson part. And it's just like, no, you need your Watson. You need that. You need to bring the character in. And I just feel like this wasn't done well. I don't think it's a well-written book. I'm gonna be so honest with you. And so many people like it, and that's great for them, but like, I don't think it's well written. Like, I'm trying to be nice, but I like stand on. Like, usually I'm just like, okay, not for me. No, I genuinely don't think this book is well written, and I'm actually surprised it's getting such the reviews that it's getting. As someone who enjoys murder mysteries, and I believe I enjoy detective books, this not good. Sorry, 2.5 out of 5 stars, and I don't want to round up. We're going to read Drowning. We are going to read Drowning next because it is short. And then we are going to end this video. So hopefully Drowning, I don't think Drowning can be 5 stars. I don't think it's the type of book that can get 5 stars. But I do think this book can pull off a 4-star. Because somebody got to, okay, A Force of Such Beauty did get 4 stars. So that's good. But so we got to pick this up because, ooh, this is feeling a little bleak. I am ashy. Like, my lips look ashy. Like, I don't even know what is going on. I have spent all day trying to edit. I'm not staying here. Bye. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hello, you guys. It has been an entire day later since we both spoke. I spoke to you guys in the morning, and now it is the end of the day. It is literally nighttime, and I need to come and tell you guys my thoughts on Drowning, The Rescue of Flight 1421 by T.J. Newman, I'm so sorry. This is kind of a sequel to the book Falling, which I read last year. It's not really a sequel. These books have nothing to do with each other. It's just like they're the same idea. You have Falling and Drowning. So in this book, we are following a flight that has basically fallen out of the sky and into the water. And we are on a rescue mission to try and get this plane out of the water. There's really not much to say about this. In this book, we are following a bunch of people's stories. So we're following a family, we're following someone on board, we're following someone whose like daughter is on the plane. Like we're just following different people. Like we're following people who are part of the rescue mission. We're following divers. We're following like people who are like, you know, trying to get the plan together. And obviously we're following people on the plane. And everyone is kind of coming together to, you know, try to make sure no one on this plane dies. Some people already died on the plane. Like one of the pilots is dead. And then some other people died just on like impact, just like hitting the ocean. But yeah, that's pretty much what this book is about. I probably didn't even need to come and give you guys initial thoughts on this book because this is just one of those like, it's just like a thriller. It's just like a thrilling book. It's like a thrilling book about a plane that's going to go down. Like you're just reading for the next suspenseful moment. That's pretty much all these books are about. You just going from suspenseful moment to suspenseful moment, your heart being on the edge, and then you know you're calmed down because everything works out. Just getting a story. It's not big on like anything else, you know. It's not big on like characters. There are characters and like there's stories, but that's not the point. The point is just to read a nice good story, and that's what it is. Like it is perfectly enjoyable. I like the fact that it's short because I do think the plane goes down in the first two chapters. In the first two chapters the plane goes down, and so after reading Falling where like the plane is like in the sky, I was wondering how the hell an entire book was going to go with like it already being like the plane is already in the water, but like it's working with all the different POVs. It's working. I will say I care less about what's going on in this book than I cared in Falling. Like, Falling had a really good central story. It was about family. Then you had like this terrorist story. It was a good story. This one I really don't care about like what the interpersonal relationships are with everyone. So that's working against it, but it's perfectly enjoyable. Like I don't see myself giving this book anything less than 3 stars because like it works, you know, it works. Anyways, I need to show you guys the books that I purchased in the last video because I purchased some books. So we are about to head downstairs, my downstairs, and we are about to look at the books that I purchased, and then we're going to wrap up this video. So my last clip will just be the wrap up video, the wrap up part of this video, and that's when I'll give you my final thoughts on Drowning. But first, we got to talk about the books, okay? So I will see you guys downstairs. Wait, well, hold that thought. I will see you guys downstairs. Okay, hello you guys. We are back. I need to show you guys the books that I have purchased. So the first book that I purchased and already showed you guys was Dead 11. This is a new book that I purchased. By the way, these are all the books that I have purchased new in the past like 3 months, like full price. Like I don't purchase books that much. Like if a new book comes out and it's not available at my library, I just think it's just not the time. But these are just some books I had my eye on. This was an impulse buy, and honestly I wish I didn't purchase this book simply because I actually saw it at my library. But you know, sometimes you just need to purchase a book. Sometimes you just need to purchase a book. The next book I purchased was The Bandit Queens. I believe this was longlisted for the Women's Prize. It was been sitting in my cart for a minute, and I told myself when I go to the bookstore, I am going to pick this book up. So that's exactly what the hell that I did. And so The Bandit Queens. The next book that I purchased was Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. Not only is this an Oprah book club, but Oprah book club is still, you know, pumping out greatness because this book won the Pulitzer Prize, which is so crazy. But I've had my eye on this book. This book got a lot of like hype. A lot of people were hyping it up, and then boom, it won the Pulitzer Prize. I believe Barbara has won a Pulitzer Prize before, so like, isn't it? It must be nice to be her. Yeah, Demon Copperhead. I purchased this book. It's big, and it's so scary because all of these books I have to get to by the end of the year. I'm thinking about dedicating all of September to my newer purchases. So I'm not going to read anything backlist all September, new purchases. The next book that I bought was 100% just me reading the synopsis at the bookstore. The Rachel Incident. You guys, I don't know what none of these books are about. I do not read synopsis. Like, I did read the synopsis of this, but once I read a synopsis, it like quickly leaves my mind. Like, I don't think about it any longer because like I like to be surprised, because if I already have in my head what I think a book is about, it stops me from wanting to pick it up because I already have preconceived notions. So if it's just like all I know is a cover, I'm more willing to like pick it up. I have to pick up all these books. The next book I purchased, I went back and forth on if I should purchase this book. And I was just like, you know what? Go for it. Trespasses. I am going to read Trespasses. This book, it's like, this is one of those books that keep appearing in my life. Like, no matter where I go, I see this book. I look at different lists and I see this book. And it's just like, girl, get your hands on it. Like, this book haunted me all last year, but now I'm finally gonna read it. So there's that. Another book that I am going to read, and probably the book I'm most excited to read, I think, is Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Hong. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this book, and so you know what? It is my time. It's a short one. It's a short one, so I can't wait to get to this. And that's the exciting thing about buying new books. You still remain excited for them. Like, I'm still excited about these books, and I'm going to read them in September and still be excited. The next book, I went back and forth in the bookstore, like back and forth. I saw Chlorine, and I've heard a lot of people like talk about Chlorine. First of all, the author of this book is so fucking gorgeous. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. But anyways, and I went back and forth, and then I saw how small it was. For some reason, every time I saw someone read this book, I always thought this book was big. And then I finally saw it in the bookstore when I did my book haul, when I went to the bookstore last video, and I was like, this book is short, why not buy it? So I purchased it. The next thing I purchased was, it came from the closet. This is an anthology of essays about horror and people relating horror to their queerness. I'm excited to get to that. The next book we have is Fat Chance Charlie Vega. I picked up this book because No Filter and Other Lies is one of the few 5-star books I gave out this year, and so I had to pick up something else from this author because now I'm hooked. And so I picked this up. And the last book that I picked up was Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. This is the author of Friday I'm in Love. I liked Friday I'm in Love, so I wanted to pick up something else from the author. And I saw that and said, let's go for it. So those are the books that I purchased. I will be reading all of these books in September, so you can look forward to that. Yeah, I'm going to read all of these books, and I'm also going to read a bunch of other like discount books that I purchased. I'm just going to try to get through, because I have to get through all of the books by the end of the year that I purchase new and at full price, because that is my goal to myself. That's the goal for the rest of my life, by the way. I do not want any book that I purchase to not be read in the year that I purchased it, like, period. So I'm going to do it in September. I'm dedicating all of September to all of those books, okay? Peace. My battery is about to die. So I will see you guys in the wrap up of this video, and I'll tell you my final thoughts on Drowning. Hello, you guys. I am here to give my final thoughts on Drowning and to wrap up this video. So Drowning, I'm going to give 3 out of 5 stars. I did not like this book as much as I liked Falling. It was a perfectly good book. Of course, I wanted to see if they were going to get rescued. This book just didn't have enough ups and downs for me, and I really didn't care about any of the characters and their dynamic. At the root of this story was the story about a marriage that had crumbled and a family that wasn't doing too good, and I just didn't find them as interesting. I felt like Falling had more stakes. Maybe I could have enjoyed Drowning more if I hadn't read Falling. I can't 100% recommend this book in good faith because I just think Falling is better, and there's probably a lot more interesting stories about people who are like shipwrecked or on planes that are crashing or people who are drowning. There's probably more interesting stories. I'm not upset that I read this book, but I am kind of upset I own this book because I don't see myself really revisiting this book. The most I could see myself needing this book for is like giving it to someone, like loaning it out. Someone just wants a quick thriller to read, like not like thriller, like scary thriller, like just like an action thrillery, you know, like on the edge of your suspense. They want a good suspense novel, I would give them this, but I would honestly recommend Falling more to them. So I'm gonna give this book 3 out of 5 stars. I ain't mad at it, but like, I'm not in love. So these are the books that we read for this video. Honest to God, we had like 3 duds and 1 good book. The Force of Such Beauty is a really good book. I would recommend this book to everyone, especially if you like books just about women and them going through stuff. And then you have My May, which like a lot of people do like this book, so I wouldn't tell you not to pick up this book. I just personally wasn't in the mood for it and found it to be pretty boring. But if you like the, you know, what I said about the book and you thought it was interesting, go ahead and pick it up. Everyone in my family has killed someone. This is just not for me. I did this, the writing didn't work for this. I found this book clunky. I wasn't interested in it as a murder mystery. If you're someone who doesn't frequently read murder mysteries, maybe you could be gagged by this more, but I genuinely enjoy detective type of books. I enjoy murder mystery books with detectives, specifically the books that this book is referencing, Agatha Christie and her detective books. I enjoy those a lot. So this book just really didn't hit it on the nose. This book is kind of confusing, and like the overall mystery is just not that intriguing, like what's actually it is and like what ends up being the mystery. I just wasn't that interested, and I guessed who was a part of it. So it just wasn't for me. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then I just told you about drowning. So that is the end of this one. This is the end of the month. I will see you guys next month for some more weekly vlogs.